This message is the most important message you'll ever have to address. And the question is, do you know your Creator? Do you know the one that has given you the breath in your lungs? Do you know the one that has given you your eyes and your ears and has created your amazing body? The Creator that has given us the sea and the sand and the sky and the clouds and the birds and the plants and the trees. And unfortunately today, many people have denied the Creator. Many people have even denied that He even exists. And instead they believe in evolution. They believe in a lie that you're just here by chance. And it's left many people hopeless. But I'm here today to share with you that you're not just here by chance. You have been created by God. You have been created in His image. And you have been created to know Him and have a relationship with Him. And so the question is, do you know Him? See, many of us walk around in this life, but we choose to deny the Creator's existence. And there's a reason for that. You see, God has given us the free will to choose to live how we like. And He's created a way that says, when you live like this is going to bring peace in your life. It's going to bring peace in your heart and in your soul. It's going to bring rest in your soul. And God has given us a way to live. But many of us have turned in rebellion towards Him. Many of us have turned away from our Creator's ways. And because of that, there's a lot of destruction in the world. There's a lot of sin. There's a lot of anger and violence and hatred and corruption and pain that goes on. We all know it. Look around. I'm sure you've been thinking about it. Something is wrong about this world. And I have a lot of people asking me, and they say, well, look, if God was really real, why would all these bad things happen? And I just simply say, look, it shows that something is wrong. And many of us don't know our Creator, and that's why there's a problem. Now here's the thing, whether you believe in it or not, you can joke about it, you can laugh about it, and you can deny it's going to happen, but one day when we die, every single one of us are going to stand before God. We're going to stand before our Creator, the one that has given us this life. And we're going to give an account for our lives. We're going to give an account for everything that's come out of our hearts, everything that's come out of our mouths, our mind, and our action. And if that was me, I'd be very seriously embarrassed, ashamed, and I would know that I'm guilty because I've lived a dark life. And the reality is that all of us have fallen short of God's standard of perfection. No one has been able to live up to His standard of perfection except one person, and that was where Jesus comes in. And maybe you've heard about Jesus from religion or church, but don't listen to that stuff. You see, when Jesus was here, He was kicked out of churches. He was kicked out of religious places. He wasn't welcome there because of the message that He brought. And the message that He brought was such a perfect message that people found it so hard to accept. He brought the truth, and yet people were offended. A question to you is, are you offended by the things that Jesus has said? Do they anger you? Do they upset you? And often I ask people and I say, is there anything that Jesus said or did that was wrong? Is there anything that He did that was evil? And the reality is that Jesus was the only one who was able to live a perfect life, because He was God in the flesh. He came and lived amongst us. Just like you and me, He came in this body, yet He Himself was perfect. And He showed us how to know the Father, how to know our Creator, how to live in a relationship with our Creator. And yet many people back then and many people today have rejected Him. And Jesus was rejected so much so that He was hated upon. He was mocked. He was blasphemed. So much so, He was even killed. He was crucified. And yet He didn't do anything wrong. And it's actually because of you and me, because of our sin, Jesus came and had to die. Because of our sin, He had to come and pay for us. You see, when we sin, when we live in a lifestyle against God and a lifestyle of sin, it's like if I go and break the law today. If I go break the law today and commit a crime, what happens? There's a consequence to that. You get a prison sentence. It could be 5, 10, 50 years, but there's a consequence to your actions. And when we live in a lifestyle of sin, not only is there consequence in this life, but there's going to be justice and consequence in the next. And every single one of us have fallen short of God's standard of perfection. Maybe you've had hatred or anger in your heart towards someone. According to God, that is already murder. Maybe you have lust in your heart towards other women or men, and according to Jesus, that already is adultery. You've already cheated on your own husband or wife when you're stuck in pornography, when you lust after other things that are not your own. All of us have lied. All of us have blasphemed God. We've dishonored our parents. And this is why Jesus came. He came to set us free. He came to forgive us and set us free of our debts, of our crimes. He came to pay the price for you and me so we don't have to receive the justice that is on our account. But we have the free will to choose. So the biggest question you need to address is this: do I know God? Do I have a relationship with Him? If I don't, why? What is stopping me from having a relationship with God? And the answer to that is it's sin. And my question for you is, do you want to stay in your sin? Do you want to stay in living in a lifestyle of rebellion against the Creator? Do you want to continue to resist and pretend that there is no God, that there is no Creator? And many people do that today. Many people believe in evolution because we don't want to acknowledge that there is a Creator. Because if there is a Creator, maybe He's given us a way to live. If there is a Creator, maybe He sees everything. If there is a Creator, maybe He knows what's best. But many of us in our pride don't want to follow His ways, so we push Him aside. But I'm giving this message because you need to really seriously think about this. What's going to happen when you die? If you were to die today and stand before God, what are you going to say to Him? You're going to say, God, I didn't believe in you. I didn't like your laws. Your laws offended me. I didn't believe there was a Creator. None of those answers are going to get you out of that justice that is upon your life already now. And so there is hope, but you need to have a hard think about who Jesus was, about what He said, and you need to think about where you're at with God. Even if you don't believe in Him, that's your choice, but don't risk it. Don't risk it. Open your eyes, open your heart, and see what an amazing Creator we have. See what He is saying to you. And you need to think about why Jesus came and what that means for you. Why did He die? But not only did He die, He was buried, but He rose again because He Himself was perfect. And so Jesus is alive today. The Creator is alive today, and He wants to have that relationship with you. He wants to set you free from sin. And you need to have a long, hard think about, do you want that or not? And then the biggest question after that is, what must I do to be saved? What must I do to be set free? What must I do to be forgiven? And that's the next question that is the most important question after knowing your Creator.